All right, hey everybody. Hey, happy Saturday to you guys. I'm great. It's great to be here with you today, wherever you are in the world. My name is Vic Streishus, and we should be streaming right now. Let me just make sure that we actually, in fact, are streaming. If you guys can see me, please give me like a, hey, what's up or something. I'm actually looking at you all here on my little iPad. And as soon as I see ourselves live here, we will be getting the ball rolling. Okay, it might be about 20, 30 seconds before this thing can get across to you, across the inner webs. Let me see. Are we live? Oh, I see myself. Okay, great, awesome. Okay, so how y'all doing? You guys good? We see you good. We'll be getting started in about 30 seconds, everybody. Please make yourself comfortable. We've got some cookies in the fridge. You can have some. It's snowing outside right now. It's April, dude. It's like, my goodness, it's like what is going on? Who invented global warming? I don't know. Oh, it's fun, man. Let me see, make sure that we are. If you guys are on YouTube watching me,
Fridge, you can have some.
Oh, okay, great. So, all right, we've got 346 of you guys on YouTube at the moment, and we've got 548 in the live chat. So, what I'd like to do tonight or today, right, is I'd like to talk about this topic about how do you pull, how do you create success? What? What's up, Ganta? Good to see you, Antonio. Good to see you, Lamar. Great to see you, Janine. Great to see you, JL. Everybody, Abdul. Hello from the Netherlands. I know a lot of people. A lot of our 4% members are over in Kansas City. In Kansas City, Missouri, right now. George, what's up? Good to see you, man. And I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, check it out. You go to any company, right? There is 16,000 people. All right, 16,000 people right now, as we're speaking. They gathered, in Kansas City right now, and for this company called World Ventures, right? Now, and I was just thinking about it. I'm like, literally, virtually every one of those people, right, that start or join a company, or start out to do something that inspires them for the moment, I'm like, how many of those people will actually succeed in pulling off whatever their big dream is or whatever their outcome is, right, that they want to pull off? Like, there is so many people in your company that you're a part of. There's so many people in, you looking at any industry, anything, any company, different industries, internet, real estate, insurance. There's all these different things that's going on. There's very small group of people, right, that can do something significant, and there is a lot of people that cannot. And so this is what inspired kind of this conversation. I never script my stuff. I always talk to you from my heart. Whatever's on my heart, I want to talk to you, right? And so hopefully what I'm going to share with you, I'm going to share with you some concepts, some ideas today that have a potential to absolutely, unequivocally, right, without a shadow of a doubt, change the course of the rest of your life. Can I guarantee that? No. Will I promise that? No, because I don't know what you're going to do with this information. But I will share them with you, and I will be. We'll dig pretty deep into these concepts. There's three things. How many of you guys, like, you're watching this right now, and maybe you're watching this on YouTube, maybe you're watching this on 4% Live. Which, by the way, if you're not, it's best for you to watch it on 4%.com/live if you're here. That's like the best place because we can communicate in chat, and I can see, and we might have a little Q&A session at the end as well. But what's the difference, okay? And you guys, at the end of the day, it boils down to I don't think this, I know this, right? Three things that when you truly understand, you can be, you can create success in anything. Okay, I remember, when I got started in this space, I did not I did not know this, and so many people right now, overwhelming majority, I don't care what company, I'm telling you, 96, 97% of people in virtually any company, they could be great, but they're not, right? It's not because they're like they can't pull it off. It's because they simply don't understand what they're working with. I'm going to share that with you. So when we started the 4% challenge, I'll take you a little bit of a give you a little bit of a backstory, because what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to take you behind the curtain, okay? And we'll get into the actual official one of the training segments that I think it's critical for any entrepreneur. When I got this concept, I want to share with you, okay? It completely, I was able to go from like literally being, nobody, like zero sales, zero commission, zero money, frustrated out of my mind, to later, 3 months later, literally 3 months later, after I came across this concept, the very same thing I'm going to share with you today, became number one income earner in the very same company I was failing, never looked back. So I know for a fact, to the degree that you take this information and you apply it in your business, in your life, you can succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Okay, at least you will be on a path to there. And so there's three things we need to understand, and I talked about it, here and there, and I mentioned these. Today I'd like to take a little bit of a different, explain these to you from a little bit of a different direction, if you will, and hopefully it clicks for you, right? Take it for what it's worth. My desire here is to share something that's really, really cool with you. Before I do that, though, I gotta give shout out. That's one of my missions right now is to, I want to help people create success stories. And I want to put spotlight on those people. You know what I mean? I want to talk about other people succeeding, because you could probably care less about, my success, and rightfully so, right? Don't care about me. Okay, whatever the success I'm having in my life or experiencing, whatever, that's my life, right? I did what I needed to do to get to the level where I'm at today. What's more important for me is how many other people can we help succeed, right? How many can we help a complete beginner succeed? And if we can, then we can help pretty much anybody else succeed, right? So I want to start. We're going to be doing this. You guys, this is really, really exciting for me. We launched out this 4% challenge when was that? Several months ago, right? And the results have been absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to get used to it, because if you're going to be watching me, I'm going to be talking and featuring more people. I'm going to be putting people before you that are crushing it. The person of the day for today. Okay, I'd like to give a big shout out to Mariel and Dirk over from Netherlands. These guys are crushing it. You guys are doing amazing things in the 4% here. Congratulations to you and your success. Your team is succeeding beyond belief. You guys are hitting leaderboards. You are running in a contest right now. I think you're in the top 10 or top 12, 13-ish, somewhere in there, out of hundreds of thousands of people. Congratulations to you guys on that. Mariel submitted the video to us. I'd like to play this for you guys. Okay, take a look at this, and then in the chat box right now, give a big shout out to Mariel, because you guys, they deserve it, and so do you. Okay, I want you to be like Mariel. I want to be able to talk about your story here in a very short, in the near future. Okay, take a look at what Mariel says about her journey so far with us. And again, let's congratulate everybody, Mariel, and then we'll get into the three things that you need to understand and really focus on to pull off your first $100,000 this year. Okay, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dig deep into it. Right now, take a look at what Mariel just sent to us.
Hey, what's going on? This is Muriel shooting the video from the Netherlands, from my car, about my excitement about VIX and the 4% challenge. We started about 3 weeks ago, and we brought our team. We started in the 4% just together, not Dirk and I, but we brought our team. It was our mission to find a new home for our team. We were involved in the company that could not move forward. So we saw our team losing their dream, losing their sparkle, losing their vision. So we felt responsible to find a good place, to learn how to market, to build a business online that's profitable and where people can make money as a result of knowing the skill set. What I'm so thrilled about is that in less than 2 weeks, we see brand new people making commissions. We see people who were with us already who lost most, right? Who got their sparkle back and are more excited than they ever were. We are happy, and our vision to grow the biggest team of people making 10K. I am so glad that this door opened. Thank you so much, Vic, and thank you, community. I hope that my story inspires you, and we're ready for what's coming. Bye.
It's stories like this that inspire me, get me out of bed in the morning. It's doing something meaningful. It's not just about selling a product. It's about representing a vision. It's about representing an idea. So again, Marielle, Dirk, congrats to you guys, your team. I want everybody listening to my voice to be able to have a success story. It is my sincere desire here, you guys. So with that said, let me talk to you about what it takes to become great, right? What it takes, and when we're talking about money, understand this. Let's do a quick poll. Okay, let's do a quick live, social experiment. How many of you guys here? We got 613 people watching on our 4% live channel and another 536 people on YouTube. Okay, so just over 1,000 people here watching. How many of you guys, and just be truthful with me, okay? How many of you, in your heart of hearts, you think that if you could engineer, okay, $100,000 a year income, and you could do that without really thinking or focusing on money, okay, that it would change your life? Okay. Now, when you think about it, now let me do a couple things here. Number one, I gotta disclaim it, and I gotta tell you that this is not my guarantee that you will do that. I cannot guarantee you anything. I can't guarantee I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. Heck, I can't guarantee it's snowing outside, man. I can't even guarantee I'm gonna get home from the office of after talking to you here tonight. Nobody can guarantee things in life, right? However, there is a way to predictably engineer an outcome, right? And so at the end of the day is this, right? Everybody, yeah, everybody. So you guys check it out. First of all, okay, in order for you to do that, okay, and I really truthfully, honestly believe we're going to talk about what it takes. There's 3 things, and you could potentially do it this year. There is no reason why any of you watching this, you couldn't pull it off. We're going to break down the numbers. We're going to talk about it, but everybody wants to talk about numbers. Everybody wants to talk about money. Everybody wants to talk about, give me the magic, the dust, the magic secret. Give me the magic whatever, right? What does it take? It takes 3 things. It takes internal, invisible communication. It takes external communication. And I talked about these. And then it takes some mechanics, right? Very, very, very basic. Now, everybody, from what I am seeing, right, they're focusing on mechanics. New software just came out. There's new things that just came out. New plugin, new this, new that. Mechanics, okay? And that's important, but mechanics is about 5% of your success. Maybe 2% of your success, okay, is mechanics. Now, then, a lot of people are like, okay, how do I drive traffic, and how do I communicate? How do I get leads, and how do I build a list, and how do I do all this, the actual work, which is important, right? You cannot pull it off. You can't hit your income numbers without doing that external kind of a marketing stuff. But that stuff is about 20% of your success. Okay, 20%. So what I'd like to do today is I'd like to cover all 3 of these components. 80% of your success, and this is, you guys, why there's 16,000 people right now at the event, and I can guarantee you 96, 97% of those people are struggling. There is an event happening somewhere else, with 50,000 people in the room, and everybody's excited out of their minds, right? Everybody's like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. They get fired up. However, 95, 96, 97% of them will not do anything. And they will not be able to even remotely get close to their desired outcome, which is their scorecard, their financial, right? But everybody wants to be there. So what is the missing piece? So the missing piece is these three components, okay? Number one is internal communication. So what I'd like to do, you guys, is perhaps for the first time ever, I've never really shared this kind of stuff outside of our of the 4% challenge. So we have this, this program called the 4% challenge, which literally takes people by the hand virtually and walks them through a straight path, right, on on how to really how to succeed. I'm not like, if you're not part of the challenge, you can check it out. Do whatever you can. There's going to be a link below somewhere on this page if you're on a 4% live. That's not the point here. The point here is for you to understand. So what I'd like to do right now, I said, you know what, I can talk about it, or I can just talk, because in the challenge we go deep into this kind of stuff, right? So what I'm going to do is for the next few minutes here, I'm going to take you inside behind the curtain, and I'm going to bring one of the segments of the training where I covered this invisible piece of the success puzzle or the success equation. Why do people fail? Why do some people succeed? And why those that fail continue to fail, while those that succeed continue to succeed regardless what they do. Okay? Anybody want to know that? Okay? Anybody want to know that? If you guys want to know that, okay, you may want to take notes. This will change your life. Okay, so without taking too much time here, I'm going to get straight into that particular training. This is straight out of the 4% challenge. This is session 4. Okay, if you didn't get there yet, when you get there, it will be a review for you. If you have never heard it before, it will change your life. Please watch, take notes, and then I'll be back, and we're going to cover component number 2 and component number 3 in detail. Today's training can absolutely transform your life as an entrepreneur. Okay? So with that said, let me go ahead and pull this up. Everybody, I'm going to take you into the 4% challenge. This is not available for public. This is for members only. This is one of the segments where I talk about why people succeed, why people fail. This is where we need to start. If you want to pull up, if you want to engineer your next $100,000 and you want to do it this year, I don't care if somebody pays me $1 million to coach them. This is the thing I'm going to talk about first. Here it is. Check it out. Hey, welcome back. Session 4. I am excited to be back with you again. Hope you're doing great. Let's get into it, right? Hopefully following these, hopefully making sense to you, hopefully you're connecting with it, hopefully you got your goal card with you every single day, right? Forming that habit. Come on. Let's do this together, right? Look, I've got me a brand new marker. Yesterday, my marker was dying on me, so we had to go get a new one here. I want to talk to you about, before we get into the segments for the day, right? Here's what I want to do. I want to talk to you about why people fail, why we fail, even though we want to succeed, right? And why do some people succeed beyond any obstacles, right? Why do successful people continue and tend to be successful in anything they do, while failures continue to fail in anything they do, right? And how do we break through that? In other words, how do we change, right? How do we go from, this is a big thing. Oh, look at this right here. This is a good one, okay? So this right here is a big separator. Let's draw this out right here, right? Stay with me, it's going to change your life. As a matter of fact, this changed my life. This is a big thing that people are trying to, this is the fence, right? This is the thing that, well, I can tell you about me. I was looking at people over here on this side of the fence, right? And I was like, you can see this, this big black separator, this fence, right? That we're trying to cross, right? This right here is freedom, my friend, okay? This is freedom. This is where the 4%ers live, true 4%ers. Not everybody who's in the 4% group are true 4%er. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody. There is the 80-20 rule, right? The Pareto's principle applies to everything, applies to all of us. Again, this is not just me throwing these numbers out. This is statistical data verifiable by third-party studies. Universities did a whole bunch of studies on these things. And This is where the true percenters. Here's the reality, right? When people get here, this is, I mean, you're set for the rest of your life. You don't have to worry about things. You don't worry about the economy. So you get the point, right? This is where you have the good life. This is where you're moving towards, okay? So this is the good stuff right here. This is where we all want to be, okay? And I was, and I was looking at that side, and I was looking at people succeeding, and that guy's flashing, and that. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of fakes out there, right? A lot of people pretending to be here, but they're not. Okay, you gotta be mindful of that. You gotta know what you're working with. However, there are true successes that are truly living over here, and these guys don't need to flash their lifestyles necessarily. You can see it. You know what I mean? You can't, like, you can smell a phony a mile away, but you know real, somebody that's real when you see it. See what I'm saying? And real people don't have to flash their stuff. They just got it and they live it, and it is what it is, right? To them, this is just a lifestyle, and they don't even think about it, right? So this side right here, this is a 96%. Okay, this is the current. Okay, we'll just say the 96 percenters. Okay, or your current situation. Okay. All right, this might be your current situation. This is what I was, and I wanted to cross over. Now here is, here's what we need to understand. Everything we do, okay, for us to get over here, there's a word that you need to understand, okay, and it's called awareness. And yesterday I kind of touched upon a little bit on that word, but this is what changed everything for me, okay, everything. My entire life changed when I got this concept. I'm gonna attempt to explain this concept for you right now. It changed my life. I did not really talk about it in this great of a detail ever yet, okay. But this is, if I could credit this one thing that I could credit, that I've learned, that changed the way I was thinking, and it changed and shifted my paradigm, it was this concept, which I'm about to walk you through right now. This will change your life. You might want to watch this video over and over and over again. Just keep coming back to it, right? Because when you get this, intellectually, conceptually, when you get it emotionally, when you really understand it and work with this concept, it will change your life. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that, okay? So please pay very close attention. We're gonna get into this because we're about, this session, we're starting talking about money. We're gonna start creating campaigns and start doing things, running things, right? Getting out there in the marketplace, providing value, selling products, getting paid, creating all these income streams for us, which is gonna be a lot of fun. But we got to understand what we're working with, and we got to understand the rules, right? And how to go about it. Because I'm telling you, so many people, I'll tell you this, people that live over here, right? Somebody who is earning 40,000 a year, okay? They're not earning 40,000 a year over here because they want to earn 40,000 a year, okay? They might want to earn 400,000 a year or $4 million a year, okay? But they're earning 40,000 a year because they are not aware of how to earn 400,000 or 4 million a year. You with me? Okay, so what we're trying to do here, what we're working with is we're working with awareness. They're not aware of how to have the good life. They're just not aware. Okay, so how come, or how can we change that awareness, and how can we expand that awareness? Well, think about it like this, right? We think in pictures, right? Let me tell you this. Think of your refrigerator right now. Okay, think of your car. What color is it, right? What's the interior? Is that a 4-door, 2-door? Is that a convertible maybe? Is that a minivan? Is that a coupe? What kind of car is that? Think of your spouse, okay? Your husband, your wife. Think of your kids. Think of the last vacation you took, okay? Think of money, okay? Think of money. See, when I ask all these questions, what happens? Understand, okay? Understand what happens. We think in pictures, don't we? You think of your refrigerator, what color is it? Say it's stainless steel, it's black, it's white, it's whatever color it is, right? The picture of your refrigerator flashes on the screen of your mind, and this is how you see your refrigerator. You don't see the words refrigerator, right? When you think of money, what's the first thing you think about? Money, right? Usually bills, stacks, right? Paper. That's typically what people think, okay? Or see when they think of money. When you think of your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your house, your house, your spouse, right? Your kids, anything, we think in pictures. Okay, so when and this is the concept, this is none of these ideas are mine, because I've learned it from people, right? And I understood it. I worked to understand this. It changed my life, my friend. I'm not going to tell you something that's completely like something revolutionary that I've invented. No. I just worked with this concept. I understood it conceptually, intellectually, and I worked with it, and I started to work with the laws, right? And really get myself to be aware of how to go from here to here. Everything changed. And you know what? Once you understand how to cross this bridge, or how to cross this fence, right? How to go through this barrier right here, you will never go back. You never ever go back. You take any one of these people right here, You take away everything they've got. You take their money, you take their possessions, you take their house, you take their cars, everything they got, okay? You take their everything. And you throw them over here, okay? With the, like possessions, all right? Within a year or maybe 18 months at the tops, they'll be back over here. Why? Because they're aware. See, once you get it, it's inside of your head. Nobody can take it away from you. That's the beautiful thing, okay? So how come these guys who are here, you know, they're not getting what they really want, okay? Well, it's understanding, like what we're working with is we're working with the mind. Your success is 80% psychological. Success is 80% psychology, all right? 20% mechanics. The stuff we're gonna be doing moving forward, it'll be 20%, but we've got to really, you know, focus and understand the psychological part, because that's what we're really working with. The iceberg is the 20, you know, the top of the iceberg is the visible stuff. It's the campaigns we're gonna run, it's the products we're gonna be promoting, all that stuff. What we cannot see that's below the water surface, right, the surface of the water, is the stuff that we're going to be talking about this. And when you understand this, moving that iceberg where you want to, you know, where you want it to go, it'll be super easy, okay? When you think of your mind, and this is the question that was presented to me. This was many, many years ago. And that's what I had my biggest breakthrough. It's like, when you think of your mind, right, what do you really see? If we think in pictures, when you think of your mind, what do you see, right? Brain, it's not your mind, right? Most people see the picture of the brain that we usually see at like doctor's office or something. You know what I mean? Nobody can see the mind because it's confusion. And where there's confusion, right? People don't get the results. Like confused mind don't take action, right? Confusion leads to lack of results. That's typically what it is, okay? So we need to understand what we're working with. And this is the picture here that I've got that changed my life. I'm gonna explain it to you, and we're gonna talk about this concept. It's called shifting of the paradigm, right? How do you break through? Because if we don't understand this, nothing that we do will really, truly breed long-term success for you. And the reason of this program, the purpose of this program is to help you get long-term success and forever, help you go from here to here. See what I'm saying? So, all right, so check this out, okay? Somebody said, and I kind of mentioned it briefly, okay? This right here is your mind, okay? This is our body, okay? This is our body, and this is our mind. It's called the stick figure. We got the conscious mind, we've got the subconscious mind, okay? This right here, my friend, as silly, as simple as it looks, it changed my life. All right, it changed the way I thought about things. When I look at the situation, when I set my goals, when I set my goal, right? Like this one right here, I'm earning at least $1 million per day consistently on complete autopilot. What I don't even think about it, doing what I love to do, okay? Focusing on the cause. The effect is the money, okay? But it's complete autopilot, helping millions of people become better. This is one of my goals, okay? This goal right here, obviously, as I'm shooting this program for you, I set goals, right? I set my goals for the stuff that I want. It's just like a Cadillac. Think about it like this. I was just talking to Paul here, you know, buddy at the office here, the support manager. And he's like, really, I mean, this stuff works wonders. Like, I'm like, yeah, dude, it's like a Cadillac. It's really that simple. It's like, decide what do you want? Like, decide what you want. Like, what it is that you want for real. What is it, right? Decide what you want. It's like picking things from the catalog. What it is that you want. Forget about, you know, if you can get it or not, if you understand how to get it or not. Like, that stuff is not relevant. Forget all that. Simply decide what you want, right? Write it on your card. Understand what I'm going to explain to you, okay? Carry your card in your pocket, read it often, and work your butt off to make it happen. See what I'm saying? But the way you go about doing it, the way you go about working is not typical, because most people working over here, these guys working at the jobs, they're trading hours for dollars, they're earning money at the expense of a life, okay? And they will never achieve true wealth or success or anything that they want, right? It's about doing certain things in a certain way, very, very fine line, and that's why the masses are over here, the elites are over here. I'm not talking about the, you know, the Illuminati elites or whatever. Anybody can be here, you know what I mean? You can be here. In fact, you will be here if you stick long enough, you know what I mean? I used to be here and now I'm over here. And once you're here, you will never go back. And if you do slip back because something happens, life or, you know, whatever, something happens, right? Nasty things happen in life. It doesn't matter. Rich people, successful people, wealthy people, true successes, right? Even if they have bankruptcy, maybe a bad business decision or whatever, or maybe something happens or health-wise or whatever, and they lose everything, right? They go through bankruptcy, doesn't matter. In a short period of time, they're back at it again. You know what I mean? So there's a pattern, okay? So how does it work? This right here is our mind, and we need to understand what we're working with, okay? Our body, okay? We have our conscious mind, subconscious mind. What runs, this is, like we get thoughts over here, okay? We get thoughts and ideas, okay? The power, okay? The power of the universe, the invisible, right? It's flowing into our conscious. This is our thinking mind, okay? We think, okay? This is our thinking mind. We reason, okay? We can accept or reject idea. This is our conscious thinking mind. Okay, this is our working mind. This is when I'm giving you an idea. When I give you an idea or I make a suggestion to you, you rationalize it, right? You rationalize. We have intellectual factors over here. Like this is our working mind. Now, what runs your life? What runs my life is subconscious mind. Okay, subconscious mind, and we think and we reason. All right, based on what our programming is like over here. You know what I mean? Like we cannot think thoughts that are not congruent with our programming because our subconscious mind is our programming. It's like a program in the computer that runs the computer. See what I'm saying? It's like it runs. It's like an operating system. See what I'm saying? A computer cannot display something that the program cannot. Is not programmed in the computer. Right? Very simple. Our subconscious mind dictates the kind of results we're going to have, okay? Our body and results, okay? So if we have an X-type idea or X-type thought or X-type, programming over here, the only thoughts, we might have a thought over here that might be $1 billion idea or $1 million idea, or we might be, we might come in contact with somebody who can absolutely change our life, right? But if our programming is an X-type program over here, the only thought that we can think or reason or make decisions is going to be in congruency with what runs our inside of our subconscious mind. See what I'm saying? Is that with me so far? Now, if there's congruency there, whatever is in subconscious mind over here, we have that same type of idea, okay, in our body, and so we have X amount of result as well over here. Okay, so there's congruency. This is why people are comfortable in their life. This is called the comfort zone. See what I'm saying? Now, how does this get formed? Okay, very, very briefly, I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, and it's going to make sense if you saw this. Hang on, okay, we're going to tackle this together because this is very, very important. If people don't understand it, it'll be very difficult for them to succeed, okay? This is the body. Okay, so check this out. When we are first born, okay, we're born in a certain environment. And here's the thing. When a baby is born, right, it cannot reason. It doesn't have intellectual faculties, right? It cannot reason, it cannot really think. The baby is born into an environment completely disoriented in its environment. This is the only creature on earth that comes into the world that's completely disoriented in their environment when it's born, okay? The little animal is born, a couple minutes later it runs, right? It's got instinctive, the instincts that drive it, okay? A baby is born into an environment and whatever is going on around that baby, okay? Ideas, thoughts, okay? Environment, parents, whatever is happening around that baby, it's going straight into the baby's subconscious mind. There is no conscious mind in the baby. It cannot reason. It cannot think. It goes straight into subconscious mind. Okay? Make sense? So if a baby is born into an environment that's poverty, okay, and always struggling, always lack, not enough, always fighting over money. Guess what? The baby's going to grow up. What's going to happen? It's happening every day, every week, every month. And what's happening? Before you know, the baby is 4 or 5 years old. The baby is getting conditioned. See what I'm saying? The baby is getting programmed into the environment that it lives. See what I'm saying? You put the baby, in a different environment at a young age. The program is going to be completely different. This is how we get programmed from birth, a subconscious mind, okay? Now, what happens here is as we grow up, okay, we form this thing called self-image, okay? Self-image is really, really important. Now, how you see yourself, okay, how you think about yourself, how do you, like when you think of yourself, do you see yourself? This is how we label ourselves. See what I'm saying? So if there is lack, mediocrity, fighting over money, and just all bunch of negativities and gossips and you name it, right? Guess what? The self-image of that baby is going to be Not very much. See what I'm saying? I'm nobody. I can't make difference in the world. I can only do so much. We've always struggled. It's always how it is. This is how it's always been. See what I'm saying? You get me? Okay. This is how we get programmed. So like welfare recipients, for example, there are usually 3, 4, 5, 6 generation welfare recipients, right? Why? Because these guys are programmed, all right, and they're over here. Now what happens is, okay, as this is happening over the years, right, 4, 5, 6 years, and the baby is 4, 5, 6 years, right, 7 years, they go to school, right, they now start forming, okay, this is supposed to be a perfectly round circle over here, but conscious, okay, they start to learn things, right, so they develop intellectual faculties, okay, so they now start to reason and think, and guess what, if an X-type idea, okay, if an X-type idea was programmed into the baby's subconscious from birth, and how does it get programmed again? Repetition, right? Repetition, over and over and over again, day in, day out, week in, week out, okay? Stay with me here, it changed my life. When I first heard this concept, and I'm like, it actually does make sense, man. You know what I mean? Like, I did not understand it. But when you understand, you become aware, and when you are aware, you can change your program, right? And this is the cool thing about it, is we can change our program just like that. It might take a little bit of work, and that's what we're here for, right? But it will change our program. So everything we do moving forward into this program, level 1 of the challenge, the $0 to $10,000, it'll be easy. Like, earning money is easy, my friend. It's easy. You could go from 10,000 to 100,000. It'll be easy. It'll be simple. In fact, you won't even think about money, because you're running a totally different program that whatever you do will breed success once you get this conceptually, emotionally, and understand it and work with it. See what I'm saying? Very, very powerful stuff, life-changing stuff, in fact. Okay, so check this out. If the baby is programmed, okay, by repetition with an X-type idea in their subconscious mind, okay, and now the baby is to the point to where, a toddler and, and a little, youngster, right, and then turns into adult, right, we develop our intellectual faculties, we can reason. Now, the only thing we can think, right, will be that which is congruent with our subconscious, which is what the program has been written. A lot of times, and many times, in fact, almost every time, right, we don't choose the program. We get born, we're born into an environment, right? So we don't choose. See what I'm saying? The only thoughts that we can think and how we reason are going to be based on a program that runs, and we get programmed. See what I'm saying? So we can have an awesome idea over here flow into our intellectual faculty here, right? We can have somebody like myself can come along and we can say, what did you earn last year? What did you earn last year? Okay, what's the amount that you earned last year? I'm asking you. Okay, what's that amount? Think of the amount. How much money did you earn last year? You know the amount? Okay, so keep that amount in your head for last year, the entire year, okay? Now, I'm gonna come out here right now, and I'm gonna give you an idea. I'm gonna say, you know what? You can earn that in a day. In a day. Okay? What you've earned last year, you can earn in a day. What happens? Right? What happens? Like, test for you right now. I'm telling you an idea. I'm giving you an idea. Whatever you earned last year, the entire year, okay, the entire year, whatever that number is, you can turn it into a daily earning. In fact, you can do it consistently. It's an idea. See what I'm saying? Now, because you have X type of conditioning running in your head, and I was like that too, right? When I give you an idea, the only thing that you can reason and accept, right, is that which is congruent with your subconscious mind. And of course, your results, your body right here, right? Whatever we do in the body will get a certain result. And result is really, really important. So we're trying to change our result without understanding how the result is. Like these guys over here, they want to have a good result. So check this out. Consciously, right? Consciously, we want to have result, right? We're thinking about it. We're like, you might be like, you know what? That sounds a great idea. That's like a great idea. I mean, that would be awesome. That would be awesome to earn whatever I earned last year, to earn it in a day, and in fact do it consistently. You might get excited about it, right? Deep down in your heart of hearts, you might not believe it, but you get conceptually, intellectually, like in your thinking mind over here, you get excited about when an idea comes to you, you get excited about it, right? And that's cool. Now, here's what happens, all right? As soon, okay, when you get excited about it, you don't take action on it because it stays in your conscious mind. This is the thinking mind. Unconscious mind cannot think. Whatever is over here is you getting over here, right? So when I talk to people and I ask them, you know, like, how much money are you earning, right? Whatever that number is, it basically shows, the number is irrelevant. What's relevant and what's important is it shows the, you know, their programming as, you know, when it comes to money. You know what I'm saying? I was at the conference, you know, a little bit ago, one of our conferences we held, and I was talking to this lady, and, you know, we started talking about money. You know, I asked, hey, what's your, you know, how much income do you want to earn per month? What's your income goal? And she couldn't tell me. I'm like, why can't you tell me how much money you want to earn per month? And she's an entrepreneur. She's trying to make money, right? I'm like, why can't you do it? She's like, well, I'm not comfortable talking about money. Right? It struck me like it hit me like a bag of bricks. I'm like, why can't you talk about money? It's her programming, right? She's like, well, we you know, in our families, we don't talk about money. I said, hey, are you married? She's like, no, but I got a fiance, right? She's all excited and bubbly. I said, hey, you love your fiance? She's like, yeah. I'm like, hey, how would your fiance feel and think about you, right? If when you guys are about to go out and you would tell your fiance, you know, baby, I love you, but just kind of stay home here. I don't want to talk about you to others, or maybe if you do take him with you, you don't talk about him, right? You never mention him. In fact, you don't want to talk about him at all, right? How would he feel? Would he be around you? Heck no, right? Now, what if you turned the tables around? What if that was your fiance, and he was feeling about, or he was, you know, he decided not to talk about you because he did not feel comfortable talking about you. See what I'm saying? It's the relationship to money is where people, this is the big thing. See what I'm saying? It's a big deal. Most people don't understand it. She's like, that makes sense. So we get conditioned, right? So an idea comes, you might get excited about it. So let me just demonstrate it for you, okay? Let me tell you why people don't do things that they want to do, okay? So check this out. In fact, I'm gonna erase this, give myself a little bit of room. Okay, so here we have, conscious, subconscious, right? This is our body. And we have X-type idea, X-type programming, X-type thoughts, right? It's supposed to be perfectly round circle, all right? And we get X-type results. Okay, congruency. Now, this is our comfort zone. Okay, we're comfortable. This is why people, they might not like the results that they're getting. Okay, they might be thinking about or talking about it. That's what 96% of people are doing. They're talking about how awesome would it be, man. I wish I could travel more. I wish I could do that. I wish. They're just wishing because it's in their conscious. It's in their thinking mind, right? But they can't do anything about it because the program doesn't allow them. It literally keeps them bondage, okay? And they're comfortable. See what I'm saying? They're comfortable. Now, when somebody like myself comes along, right, and says, you know what? Here you have an X-type idea running, all right? Or you have an X-type subconscious, okay? Programming, and you've got, that's your body right here. We'll be all fancy over here, right? And you're getting X-type idea. I come in, right? And I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna give you this idea that you can earn. I'm gonna give you a Y-type idea in your conscious mind, okay? And I can say, you know what? You can earn $50K a day. Or I can say whatever else, like anything that's like way beyond your programming, okay? What's gonna happen is you will entertain it. And then, as soon as you start compressing it, okay? As soon as you start compressing it onto your subconscious mind, and this is the only way that you change it, okay? You got X, Y thoughts, and I'm going to give you an X, Y, or Y-type idea. Okay, you got X-type thoughts, and I give you a Y-type thought over here. All right, and as soon as you start taking action on it, this is where a lot of people go back. This is where a lot of people want. Okay, but as soon as you get this idea, as long as you don't take action on it, you feel good, you feel cozy, and and all that, right? You're like, oh my goodness, you dream about it, but you don't do anything about it. As soon as you start impressing it onto your subconscious mind, getting emotionally involved with that idea, right? Something that's different, and you start doing something about it. As soon as it goes into your subconscious, okay, here's what's happening. You've got XY type program. Okay? It's messing up. It literally like scrambles your program. It scrambles your programming. Okay, so you might be doing it, and here's what happens. Okay, as soon as you start impressing it, and as soon as you start doing something new, something you haven't done before, okay, immediately what's going to happen is, in your conscious mind, you're going to have doubt. In your subconscious mind, you're going to have fear, okay, and you're going to have anxiety. All three of them will zoom through your body, okay? Anything that you're going to do that's new, that you will take massive action on it, that you haven't done before, okay? Immediately, as soon as you start impressing it on your subconscious mind and taking action on it, you will have doubt, fear, and anxiety rushing through your body, okay? And what's going to happen is you will hit this thing called terror barrier, okay? You're going to hit this thing, and you're going to feel terrible, right? You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to doubt your abilities, and you might do it for a little bit, but then what's going to happen is you go back, okay? You're going to go back over here immediately. See what I'm saying? You hit the wall because you get doubt, fear, and anxiety. You hit the wall, and you go back to where you're comfortable in your little comfort zone over here, in your box. See what I'm saying? That's why people are not breaking through. That's why people are, continue to get to having what they have and always had, and they can never cross this. Very, very few people. That's why there's only 4% of people actually crossing this. And they can have plenty of ideas. They can have plenty of resources. They can have plenty of education, everything that they need, but yet they're going to hit this terror barrier over here, this fence, this wall, right? And they cannot cross it because of doubt, fear, and anxiety consumes them, takes control of their body. Okay, because the body is a molecular structure, right? How we feel in the body is the awareness of the vibration that we're in. Because if the body is a molecular structure, right, the feeling that we have is basically a reflection of what's going on in our head. See what I'm saying? This is deep stuff. We're going to talk more about this, and it's going to make more and more sense. The fog will get lifted, my friend, okay? I promise you. But this is how people are living, and even though they might try, 96% of them will never cross that barrier. Does that make sense? You with me? Does that make sense, right? So how do we cross this on the other side? The way you cross this, my friend, is you keep on impressing, okay? Keep on impressing your Y-type idea over and over and over again. And this is why, okay, it's very, very important for you to have a very, very clear goal, okay? Something that you're impressing from your conscious to your subconscious mind over and over and over again. The way you break through is the same way that you were conditioned when you were young, right? When you were a baby with a X-type idea, okay, or X-type programming. The way you reprogram yourself is the same way. That's why Think and Grow Rich, right? It's considered to be like the success Bible or something like that, right? Virtually every world's biggest successes and business owners and entrepreneurs and business people, they all attribute their success, most of them, right, to, in some shape or form, to Think and Grow Rich. And the Think and Grow Rich book, if you haven't read that book, pick it up, check it out. The Think and Grow Rich concept is basically very simple. Okay, Napoleon Hill spent most of his life interviewing and working with the world's top 500 of the top richest people in the world, okay, in his days, the top 500. And he was looking for the secret to success. What is the secret to success to them, right? How come they're at the top where most people, everybody else is at the bottom? What is that common denominator? And he basically consolidated into a secret. He says there is a secret. And the secret is this, is decide what you want. Your Y-type idea, decide what you want. That's what I'm going to tell you. Decide what you want, okay? Write it down on your card. Write it down. It's very important that it's written down, all right? And then read it as often as you can throughout the day as you are taking massive action, okay, in your body, reinforcing this idea onto your subconscious mind, and you continue doing it every single day, multiple times a day. Review your goal like 100 times a day, like 1,000 times a day, any chance you get, okay, consistently. Now, if you're just doing it by yourself, it's going to be very difficult. Okay, very difficult, especially because when you're trying to break through, not only are you personally experiencing doubt, fear, and anxiety yourself, right? But you also have your friends and family, ridiculing you and kind of like trying to pull you down because they are probably living over here with an X type, idea and programming and thinking patterns, right? That's why, and they're trying to pull you over here. So you have you have this force that's trying to pull you, not only yourself, you doubt yourself, but you got other people that are trying to pull you towards them, not because they don't love you, but because they don't want you to leave them. See what I'm saying? And so it's very important for you to get around some new friends. It's very important for you to get yourself into an environment that is going to be, conducive to your success. See what I'm saying? It's like a success soil, right? To where you, being that seed, you can get planted in a soil that's conducive to success, that's going to help you grow. That's why we created the 4%. See what I'm saying? To be that environment for people like you. Okay, very, very important, my friend. And so as you continue to reinforce your goal, that's why we're gonna do it every single day. As you continue to reinforce the ideas, as you continue to watch this information over and over again, and as we're doing whatever we're gonna be doing moving forward here with this program, right, you will understand, you will be aware. Now you understand what's happening. And the more you do it, you will break through, okay? You will break through to that terror barrier, and before you know it, here you are, okay? You've got Y-type, Y-type programming, you're getting Y-type results, okay? And now you're at 50K a day, all right? You're operating on a different program. The more you impress this thing onto your subconscious, the more you do it over and over and over again through repetition. That's the only way you do it. That's the only way you do it. It's really, really simple. A lot of people overcomplicate success, but it's really simple. We get programmed through repetition. We can reprogram ourselves by repetition, right? And what we do every single day, right, over and over again, that's why, right, we're watching every single day, what? The Strangest Secret in the World, right? The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. What is he saying? He's saying what? What you focus on, you become, right? What you focus on. If you have X-type conditioning or X-type programming running in your subconscious, right? You think in X-type thoughts and you're comfortable, and this is getting you the X-type results currently in your life, your income, whatever whatever your results in life are, they're X-type results because they're incongruent and you feel good about it, right? When you start listening to the Strangest Secret in the World, right? And he says, you know what? We become what we think about. And here comes Vic through the 4% challenge and tells you to take this success pill every day, right? And then I'm gonna give you an idea that you know what? You can go from $0 to $10,000 a month, to $10,000 to $100,000 to $1 million through the challenge. And this is a program that's gonna help you do that, right? You get excited about it conceptually. You get excited about it, but as soon as you start implementing things, and some things I'm gonna be telling you to do in this program, you will have your Y-type thinking. The more you start impressing it onto your subconscious, you will feel this barrier right here. You will feel like bouncing into this barrier. You will feel doubt. It will happen. You will feel doubt consciously in your thinking mind. You will doubt yourself. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. Okay, and it's normal. You just have to be aware of the process so that when it happens, you're like, I know it's going to happen. I've been waiting for this, right? I'm not telling you this is going to be easy. You will go through this process. Everybody goes through this process. And when you do, when you hit this barrier right here, when you feel the doubt, when you feel fear in your subconscious, right? This is why people refund. You know what I mean? That's why when people buy a program, they get excited about it because it's a Y-type idea. But then they think about it and they try to impress it onto their subconscious mind. They try to do something about it. They never done it before, right? They have that buyer's remorse. Right? They hit that barrier, they'd be like, I'm just gonna refund, go back to where I was. And boom, they're back to square one, to their comfort zone over here, living their old same lifestyle. Nothing changes. See what I'm saying? Is this powerful? Is this crazy stuff or what, right? It's crazy stuff. But you know what? This is how our life works. And this is why, like, whatever I'm gonna be presenting to you moving into the future here in this program, I want you to understand what's gonna happen, because I'm gonna be throwing ideas at you. I'm gonna be telling you things that you haven't done before, and you need to understand what's gonna happen, because this will happen for you. And this is why it's vitally important for you to stay plugged into the program, all right? Make sure that you keep reinforcing your goal. Make sure that it's big enough. Stay plugged into the program. Go through your doubt and fear and anxiety, but still still be plugged in, okay? Have blind faith. Just have blind faith. Just realize this will be temporary. And then before you know it, okay, you'll break through and you'll be over here. Before you know it, you'll have your breakthrough. Most people will not. Will you? Question. Okay? So if you would, let me know in the comments right now before you start your sessions or your segments for this particular session, your training segments. Let me know in the comments right now if you understand this. Let me know if you are prepared to accept a white type idea from me or white type ideas that will help you get to over to this level over here. And let me know if you're going to be here to stay or you're going to be somebody who's going to be kicking the tires for a few days and be out. In fact, this is our 4th day. Okay? A lot of people didn't make it this far. A lot of people that came into the program, by day 2, end of day 2, they're like, I thought he's going to teach me traffic by now. I'm out. You know what? They're back over here. Okay? They're back over here. If you're watching this, congrats. For real, I applaud you. Congratulations. I want to encourage you to move forward. Okay? Move forward with awareness. We're going to do this together. Let me know right now in the comments if you're getting this. Let me know if you're pumped. Let me know if you're ready to move forward and break through that barrier and get yourself to the freedom side, because that's beautiful over there. And you can do it. This is the cool thing, is you can do this. Nobody can hold you but yourself. You know what I mean? I'm going to be with you. I'm going to run with you. I'm going to take you metaphorically. I'm going to virtually take you by the hand and drag you across this line over here. We're going to break through together. Okay? So it's going to be fun. Appreciate you. We're going to go ahead and get started on our segments for this particular session. But before you do, let me know in the comments if you're ready. Let me know if you're pumped up and fired up. And I'll see you in segment number 1. That's thing number 1, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? We're back? Okay, so if you're just joining us late, we're talking about the 3 things, that you must do to earn your first $100,000. And I believe you can do it this year. Okay, thing number 1 is what most people, okay, you guys get it? Committed? Yep, ready. All right, awesome. By the way, over to your, let's see, where would be? It would be your left. Think that direction, right? Over to your left. If you think this is valuable, share this with people that you think might benefit from this kind of stuff. If you are in the 4% challenge, you probably, if you got past session 4, you probably, this was a great review for you. Never ever forget that. When I see some people, they're like, you always talk about, think yourself into success, man. You always talk about these ideas. I'm like, dude, you guys are not getting it, man. You're not getting it, dude. Professional athlete that gets paid millions of dollars a year contractually playing basketball, right? LeBrons of the world. You tell me your guy, all right? Whoever you love as your athlete, okay? These guys know how to play the game, don't they? They practice. They know how to play the game. What do they need before every single game? They get in the locker room and they're talking about psychological stuff. They're preparing psychologically, mentally, right? Mental is more important than doing physical stuff. So anyway, but the other components are important, just as important, okay? Just as important. But people that don't understand this first thing, they'll never, I don't care, that's why people buy course after course after course, going through stuff and never succeed. There is only one LeBron. Okay. They get their head right. I'm ready. Okay, so I wanted to, again, you guys, that was a session from the 4% challenge. If you go into the 4% challenge, it's if you're not part of it, you're really missing out. Definitely check it out. The link is going to be somewhere on this page. You can find out, get yourself in. That's not the point. The point is, let's go to thing number 2. Okay, thing number 2 is external communication. See, once I understand the program, once I'm able to tweak that program, by the way, how do you change that? The simplest way, you guys, is get into an environment that will reinforce that seed for you, that will reinforce that idea. Okay, if you're getting conflicted information, if your friends over here are telling you that you're crazy, that you're going after this big dream of yours, and then you have somebody else over here telling you that, hey man, you can do it. The two neutralize each other. See what I'm saying? So whichever, where you give more attention, whichever side you feed more is what's gonna, what's gonna grow. Make sense? So when it comes to that, okay, my suggestion is just find a group of people, environment. It's very, very important. It's more important than what's built into your genes. You can be born into a family of poverty. You can be born into a Latino family, but if you spend your time speaking, English, you'll be fluent in English. Your parents might not know a word of English, right? Environment is more important than what's built into your genes. That's how genetically there's some genetics involved as well. But for the most part, when it comes to success, genetics have nothing to do with it, you guys. Nothing. Not in business. Like maybe playing ball and stuff like that. Maybe somebody who's taller, shorter, all that stuff might matter, But when it comes to business, I'm telling you, at least to play the game at, like, if you want to get to the top 1% or the top 2% of income earners in your space, it's not that difficult. Trust me, it's not that difficult, because most people are running a program that's setting them up for mediocrity. So get yourself in an environment that would be conducive to success and spend more time there, okay, than you spend elsewhere that does not reinforce that idea, okay? Now, being equipped with this, internal, so it's internal communication. So once you go through, and once you understand this kind of stuff, you start, you focus on your goals, and you talk, every single day you reinforce that idea, okay? That new idea, that idea of, what, I can pull off $100,000 this year, okay? And you guys, when I talk about money, this is just a measuring stick. Everybody wants to, I think people that don't have it, they think about it. People that have it don't think about it. It's kind of it's a catch-22 thingy. I get it. But let's talk about that money. So break it down for yourself to a level that's really simple. Let me do this for you, okay? Hey, Tim, what's up, man? Good to see you, Tim. All right, everybody got one of these call accumulators, right? Here's what I do, okay? You do this. You take $10,000, or I say, you know what? I want to do $100,000 this year, okay? I want to do $100,000 this year, okay? Let's see. This is April, like mid-April. All right, I'll give myself. Let's say another week to just really get myself prepared, get my things in order, get myself aligned with the right people, right? So. All right, we've got about what? We've got May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We've got 8 months. 8 months. Can you pull off? Do you believe that it's possible for you to earn, to be able to earn $100,000 this year? If you have never made that money, it might be an impossible dream. It might be like, I don't think I can do it. No way it's happening. But I would challenge that. I would say, you know what? I think you totally can. Okay, so let's break the math down, because here's what it is. Your mind plays a trick on you, right? So if you look at the numbers such as $100,000, and you've never been there before, it's a big number, right? And if you've never experienced that something, right, before, when it's new, any new idea is kind of tough for our brain to wrap around. So what I need to do is I need to hack my brain a little bit, right? I need to, kind of trick myself a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do $10,000 or $100,000 divided by, we got 8 months, right? So that's $12,500 a month. All right, so I need to do $12,500 per month for the starting in May, right? So like May, boom. I don't care what happens. I'm not going to bed, right, at the end of the month until I've earned $12,500. So how do we do that? Okay, so hopefully this is where your product comes into the picture. This is where you need to really do the math. I'm not here, we have a lot of people watching this. This is a free public webinar, obviously. If you're in the 4% challenge, if you're one of our promotional partners, we do have programs, and you understand how that stuff works, that you can promote. You can promote anything as long as you believe in it, right? All right, but you've got to do the math. Okay, so $12,500 a month. Okay, still big number. I still cannot. The maximum I've earned maybe is $2,000 a month. I cannot comprehend that's a big number for me. Okay, so let's break it down even further. Okay, so $12,500 per month. Okay, what is that? What is that per day? Right, $12,500 divided by 30 days. Okay, about in a month, right? So $416 per day, $416.66 per day, right? Now stay with me here. Now, have you ever earned $400 in a day? Ever? What would it take for you to earn $400 in a day? Now think about it like this. Be like, okay, what can I do? Okay, what could I do to earn $400 in a day? Okay, any ideas coming to your mind right now? Right, what could you do? All right, somebody says I'm blurry. Am I blurry? Hello, hello, hello. Am I good? Okay. Yes, I earned. Yes, yes, yes. To earn that, need best traffic generation. Gunther saying. Okay. Yes and no, right? To earn that, you need to have a strategy. That's it. Okay. Now let me break this down even further. So $400. A lot of people, here's where they stop. They're like, well, I've never made $12,000 in a month. I've never made $400 in a day. I don't think I can do it. I think I need to learn traffic generation. Yeah, that's important. But because they're waiting for something that's outside of themselves to start implementing, so here's what I'm going to suggest to you do, okay? Whatever it is that you're promoting, okay, I need to identify, okay, what would be my strategy? And the strategy would be this. If I'm how many of you guys are full-time entrepreneurs? Like you're full-time, right? You meaning that there's nothing else that you're doing this full-time. Maybe you're part-time, okay? So the idea of me earning $100,000 a year consistently, or actually doing it in the next 10 months, and then doing it consistently, at least $12,000, $15,000, a month, for example, right? If that would replace my current day job or whatever it is I'm doing for income right now, would it be worth it? Is that goal big enough? Is that worth it for me to really go full out and really get a grip on it? You know what I mean? Because if I'm working at a job and I'm earning and I'm bringing home, $5,000 a month, for example, right? Trading hours for dollars. Nothing wrong with that. Somebody got to do it, right? I'm not here to bash on anybody working at a job, okay? And you shouldn't either. But if I'm earning $5,000 a month and I'm working 40 hours a week, right? It's 40 hours a week, at least 8 hours a day. And that's my current situation. If I don't change anything, if I continue to do that over, moving forward, will something change? No. Okay? But if I have a potential over here to where I can go and I want to go for $15,000 a month, let's say $12,500 a month in our example, right? That's like more than double. Now, I work 8 hours at my day job right here. I come home. All right, could I go through short-term inconvenience to get to long-term comfort, to where one day in the near future I can quit that job? Hey, maybe by the end of this year, my goal is to quit my day job, if that's what I want, and have a consistent, predictable, systematic income to where I'm bringing in $12,500 every month, okay? So now I need to get emotionally involved with this idea. Now, here's how I would do it, okay? If your current situation, your current lifestyle, whatever income you're earning right now, okay, everybody's different here, it brings you certain lifestyle, right? And so now imagine this. Imagine if you could double that, okay? What would you do with that extra $10,000 or extra $7,000 in a month? Okay, what would you be able to do with it? Okay, this is how you can get emotionally involved with an idea. Okay, if you got a family, maybe you can take a trip or two. Maybe you can save up some money, buy yourself a toy that you've been waiting for. I mean, it does something that would fire you up. Okay, maybe you want to help somebody else. Maybe you got some things, something that would inspire you personally. Okay, you get emotionally involved with this Y-type idea, and so that way, when I come home from work, okay, after my 8-hour shift, okay, could I dedicate another 4 or 5 hours to work on my dream, right? Working on my dream, man, because this is where I'm going. Okay? The webinar possible to share on Instagram or no? Gunther, it should be possible. Okay? Guys, check this out. Here's how realistic this can be, but most people don't think like that, man. It blows my mind. Most people complain about whatever they got going on, but they don't do anything about to change it, right? So $400 a day, and if I say, you know what, $416 a day is what I need on average, and if I have an extra, if I can carve out an extra 5 hours a day, that's $83.33 per hour of me focusing on my dream, okay? So when I'm working, understanding this program, understanding this bigger picture of how my mind works in the terror barrier and what I'm going to be running up against, right? Managing my own expectations. Understanding this, I'm like, all right, I'm going to dedicate 5 hours a day at night, after work, before work, it doesn't matter, right? But if this is your dream building time, this every single hour for these 5 hours needs to be worth at least $83.33 for that particular hour. Does that make sense? What most people miss out on, you guys, is they search in Facebook, right? They're watching videos that's completely unrelated. They're watching politics. They're following whatever is going on. Somebody said, oh my goodness, I need to gossip a little bit over here. And they're burning hours thinking that they're building their business, fooling yourself, okay? Do you see what I'm saying here, right? Okay? Now, if I'm operating with that thinking, right, and I have this big dream that I'm building towards, every single hour that goes by for those 5 hours, if I want to goof, if I want to like watch videos or search Facebook or check emails or just chit chat with whatever, right, whoever, I can do that outside of those hours. But during that time, this is my dream building time. My question for you is, do you have a dream building dedicated, time to where you're uninterrupted? You're working on your dream. You got your Facebook closed. You've got your, unless it's work related. See what I'm saying? Do you have that? If you say no, you will not hit your goal. It will not happen. You'll be searching for traffic generation. You'll be buying courses. You'll be doing all these different things. You will not reach your goal. I'm telling you. I can guarantee you that. Okay? Have a dedicated dream building time for yourself and your business. Now, you understand these numbers. Now it's not so bad, huh? You need to make $83 an hour. Okay? Shoot, I can do $83 an hour shoveling snow if that's what I wanted, but it's not sustainable. See what I'm saying? Like, could you earn $83 an hour? Right? Of course you could. My kid could earn $83 an hour if he wanted to, right? My 12-year-old. It's snowing right now, right? I can go out there to neighbors and I can say, hey, let me show you. Bottom line is you can. Now I need to think creatively. How can I sustain that, right? Now, check this out. The product, okay? The product that I'm promoting, and I'm talking to entrepreneurs here. If you're on the internet, if you're promoting a product, that product, what I'm going to do is I want to strategize how can I use that product because that's how I make money, right? I sell a product or service in exchange for money. That's how we roll on the internet, right? That's how we roll in the world of business. Okay, there's a store across the street right there, and I go out there and I give them some cash and I get some blueberries. That's how they made money. Okay, it's an exchange of value. Okay, so my product or service that I'm selling and I'm getting paid for it, it is an exchange of value. You guys, that's economy simplified. Okay, person A, person B, you give me money, I give you value, boom. That's how economy works. Okay, so I want to think, how can I create a way to where I can have that money coming in, and I can, like, the product is not really the focus here. Okay, and I brought this example previously, I think in one of my webinars, but think about it like this. Bill Gates, at one point in time, right, he was the richest man in the world for like, I don't know how many years, almost like a decade, I think, right? How come? How was he that? Okay, because he did not focus on selling the box, the computer. He's like, hey, I'm going to create an intelligence that runs that box, right? I'm going to create the intelligence. I'm going to create something that without it, that box would not, it would be worthless. Okay? Now, this is a metaphor for what you can do in your business. Think about it. Okay, so if I have this product that I'm selling, it can be a company, a lotion, potion, informational product, it doesn't matter. Service, right? That's a product. Well, service, you kind of maybe, you might be limited, but, depending what you're doing. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. I want to think creatively. I want to go into component number 2, which is my external communication. And with external communication, most people are like, we covered this in the last webinar, I think, a couple of days ago when we did. So most people are like, let me just jam traffic into this product, and try to make some money. And that might work, and you can make some money if the product is converting, if it's hot, if it's new, if it's in high demand and all that stuff. But that might be a short-term burst of income, and then your income would die out again, right? I want to create systematic, sustainable, leveraged income around that product. So I'm going to think in terms of about how can I create the intelligence that would sell that product. Okay, so the intelligence I'm talking about, you guys, is this. There's 2 things. Okay, does that make sense, you guys, or am I confusing you? 28 years. I'm not sure what that means. Giving value. Man, that was 27 years ago. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The infamous Windows 95. Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, you guys. Okay. When you get this, it's simple. When I'm talking about external communication, I'm talking about systematic. I'm talking about building an intelligence for yourself, for your business, and you can do that. Okay, you can do that. We teach people how to do that. In 4%, you guys learn how to do that. You go to the challenge, you learn how to do that. My goodness, especially if you go through the challenge, stick through it, you'll be a master of it. Okay, but there's 2 things that we're really at the end of the day focusing on. Okay, number 1 is getting attention in the marketplace. Okay, some people call it traffic generation. Okay, getting attention, that's what it is. I want you to change the thinking. Okay, instead of thinking traffic generation, think about getting attention and pulling people to your front door, to your intelligence that would later convert them. Okay, that would sell that box. If you can control the intelligence, this metaphorical, right, example, is your ability to get attention in the marketplace creatively, right? And also having a simple, not complicated, but a simple way of communication through which you can build you. Okay, so in 4%, I've been on the internet for 14 years now, and what really helped me, get into any company, get behind any product, as long as I wanted to promote it and I believe in it, it's not difficult to crush leaderboards and become top earner in whatever it is that you want to do. Not because you're somebody special, just because you understand how the stuff works. When you understand how something works and you work with the laws, and you operate based on the laws of success. In marketing, there's laws of success in everything. There's laws of success that govern your health. There are laws of success that govern your income, laws of success that govern your ability to sell, ability to get traffic, ability to communicate, everything, right? I used to be terrified being on camera. Like I used to, dude, I would be like, sweating bullets over here right now. If I would do this, something like what I'm doing right now, just a short while ago. You know what I mean? But you can learn all these things and you can become great at it. Okay? So when I'm talking about creating this intelligence, you guys, I'm talking about having a central place for you. Ultimately, that's what you want. Having a home on the internet to where you can control. You don't control Facebook. You don't control YouTube. You don't control Instagram. You don't know what Mark Zuckerberg is going to do tomorrow, right? With your followers that following you on Facebook. So you need to be able to use those technologies and platforms that we have available to us, which would be smart, right? But I need to understand, how do I set myself up for success? My question to you is, are you set up for success or not? Okay? Can you predictably, okay? Can you decide, okay, I want to make $50,000 next month, and you can pull it off. Okay? If you can't, If you're not in control of something, you feel powerless. If I cannot control something, I feel powerless, right? If I can control something, I feel empowered. So the feeling that we want to have or we want to build, right, as we build our business, is the feeling of empowerment. What's selling? Selling is a transference of what? Transference of emotion. So if I'm presenting a product and I feel disempowered, right? If I'm presenting a product, I'm like, guys, this is the best thing in the world because I'm going to make commissions on it, right? But there's a disconnect between your subconscious thinking, right, your self-image, and your words that you're saying out there or the emails that you type. If there's a disconnect, guess what? There's going to be confusion, okay? And if there's confusion in the, that you communicate, really what you communicate subconsciously, this is invisible world we're talking about, guys. It's just as real as visible world, okay? What we see around us is nothing. It's like, this is a shell, man. What we don't see is everything, right? And this is bizarre stuff, but I'm telling you, people don't buy based on visible stuff. Very, very small percentage of that plays a role. Invisibly, what we communicate, it's your, it's what you exert, right? So what I want to do is I want to run my business feeling empowered. And the way that one of the main things that I can do is to have control over what I'm doing. Don't give it the chance. Don't feel like I'm this, if you're an entrepreneur, I say this to our 4%ers all the time. I say, guys, stop telling yourself I'm a newbie, because that's your excuse to fail, right? Stop saying to yourself, I can't because I'm broke, okay? I can't because. Stop doing that kind of crap. It's going to keep you bondage. It's going to keep you in the same level, okay? So I need to understand, how do I create control? If I don't have a place on the internet, a home on the internet, right, that I can build, that I can develop, that I can communicate, when I'm learning something, right, I can connect with my audience here and I can empower them, like what we're doing right now, you guys, here with the 4%./live, right, 4%.com/live, this channel right here. You will see this channel growing into into a place to where people like you guys, 4%ers here, if you're with us watching this, you will be able to have, like a place here to where you can create your value, right? We also have in 4%, we teach people how to create your own home on the internet, right? We have this thing called eStage. Again, this is different type. It doesn't matter. You can use WordPress. You can do a membership site, something to where you can control and you can communicate your message, and you can become valuable in the marketplace, right? Now, I want to systematize that, and I want to create systematic way, kind of like McDonald's. You don't see the owner of McDonald's running the thing, right? Because there's systems. You can have systems in your business when it comes to traffic. Now, do you think the owner of McDonald's, do you think he understands every single piece of how to run that business? You better believe it, okay? You need to understand how the business runs. You need to start it, and then one day you'll be able to take yourself out, right? And your business will continue to grow and continue to run. So here's the thing, you guys. External communication will consist of two things. Number one is your ability to get attention, which is traffic generation. Most people struggle with it, okay? Below this video, if you're on 4% live, okay, below this video, or at the top of this page, you will see there is a button that you can click if you want to. You can get yourself on a VIP list for Mass Traffic Blueprint, okay? This is going to be sometime by the end of next week, we're going to be putting out a training on traffic generation specifically. Specific blueprint on how do you go out there to get attention in the marketplace. If you want to get that information, it will be free. You can get yourself on a VIP list to get priority notification when that all goes out. Okay, you guys will get priority notification on it. That's not an issue. Traffic generation is really critically important, but it's not the only thing that you need. Okay, it's one piece of the puzzle. The second piece of the puzzle is, what do you do with that traffic once you understand? It's very easy to channel traffic from all these different medias into whatever you want to channel to. Very, very easy, okay? Mass Traffic Blueprint will show you a lot of different ways that you can deploy to get attention, to bring, literally demand or command people to any website you want, right? Now, once they get to your stuff, once they get to your site, most amateurs don't have a clue what to do with that traffic, okay? So they feel powerless. They're dependent on somebody or some system that's outside of their control to sell their people. And so when they feel disempowered, when they feel weak, okay, what happens is there is no certainty. Sales is a transference of emotion, right? And the main emotion that we transfer is the emotion of power, emotion of certainty. Like, you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, right? So if I'm promoting a product, I know what the product is. I'm a product of the product. I'm going through it. And so when I'm talking to people about it, I have a sense of certainty. Okay, so when I create this intelligence, which part of that will be revealed in the Mass Traffic Blueprint, that will also have some bonuses when it comes to like communication. So like, how do you communicate with all that stuff? Okay, this is not something that I can teach you like in a webinar. All right, this is, I mean, people go to college for 10 years and they don't learn the kind of stuff that I can teach you in like 6 months. See what I'm saying? Or 3 months. Because we're like specifics. You see what I'm saying? Like laser, specific things like what you call that? I think specialized knowledge, right? You don't want, a lot of people have this general knowledge of marketing, and generalists, they're usually they're just wandering everywhere. They know a little bit about everything, but they never have results. Okay, you want to be a specialist in whatever it is. And 2 specialties that I would encourage everybody to have is beyond this first pillar that what you just saw, which is mastering yourself, internal communication. When it comes to external, there is 2 things that you need to specialize in: getting the attention, traffic generation, and number 2, communicating with that traffic systematically through your website. You don't have to do webinars like this necessarily, right? Not immediately, but how do you prepare, how do you pre-frame that traffic toward when they come to your product, they will buy and there's going to be high conversions, right? But most importantly, every single visitor will become a leverage point, okay, for your business. It's an investment, okay? So you never lose people, you never lose visitors, you never lose money. You never run campaigns and you feel like I just wasted money. That should never be happening in your business, okay? And component number 3, which is also important, okay, the 3 things, the third thing, which is mechanics, okay? And mechanics is like, simple tools, okay? Can you imagine, can I build a house with just a hammer? You know what I mean? Like, no way, right? Can I build a house with, I don't know, man, you get the point, right? So if I want to build a house, I need some tools to build a house. If I want to build my business on the internet, I need some tools that will power, right? That will help me create and construct this intelligence that will sell those products. Okay, so some of these tools are very, very basic, you guys. I'll keep it very simple. If you're in the 4%, you're going through the challenge. You know what they are, and because we teach people like it is. But you need to have an ability to collect your list, build your list, an autoresponder, non-negotiable. You need to have an ability to create your front door to your offer, okay, which is like a landing page, not a sales page, but a landing page, squeeze page, build your list. You need to be able to stand out, okay? There's companies like ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, Kartra now. There's a bunch of them out there. Okay, these are probably the main players right now. It doesn't matter what it is that you use, but it's important that you master. See what I'm saying? 3 things you need to master, 3 things you need to understand and do. Number 1, internal communication, stuff that I showed you earlier, right? Through that training. That's a good start. Number 2 is mastering external communication, ability for you to get attention, get traffic, and communicate to that traffic. And then third thing is you need to master the tools, mechanics, master. Don't just dabble in it, master. If you're going to use GetResponse, if you're going to use Infusionsoft, if you're going to use Kartra, if you're going to use ClickFunnels, if you're going to use whatever it is you're going to be using, you need to master the thing, okay? So again, autoresponder, ability for you to create wrappers, okay? Tracking is really, really important, so you can split test it, okay? And that's it. That's pretty much it. Okay, maybe maybe a custom domain. Okay, that's pretty much it. So, question for you guys. Okay, makes sense? Makes sense? Um, I am getting excited about this, Rhonda says. If I think I can make 50,000 next month, then I'll do it. The power of positive thinking. Yeah. You know, you think, if you think you can, right? But thinking is just one thing. Thinking needs to be backed by action. And not just any action, action that stems from awareness and strategic action. You see what I'm saying, you guys? So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, this has been going on for you know, like an hour and a half or something like this, right? So I'm gonna wrap this up. Does this make sense? The three things, you guys, that you need, again: internal communication, external communication, strategic external communication through systems. Okay, and again, the biggest thing I want you to think about, if you want to go from like wherever you are right now, if you want to turn your monthly income into your daily income, okay, you can do it. Like, no doubt you can do it, you guys. I've seen this happen all the time. You know, I've seen it, I've experienced it in my own life. You can do this, okay? You know, if you want me to help you, go through the 4% challenge if you want to, okay? Now, third component is what do we say? Mechanics, right? So internal, external, and then mechanics. Are you know, I guess, like, what's the action item here for you? Okay, if you dig this kind of stuff, if you dig this material, if this makes sense for you, if it gets your mind going, you're like, you know what? I think they might be onto something here. I want to learn. Okay, I want to learn all this kind of stuff. Here's what I would suggest you do. Okay. Get on a VIP list for Mass Traffic Blueprint. Okay, you can do that if you go to 4%.com/live, which, if you're on this page right now, you can get on it. Depending when you're watching this, you know, if you found this later on, somebody shared it with you, and you know there is no more VIP list available for Mass Traffic Blueprint, then I'm sorry, there is none. Okay, but if you are able to get on the list, get on the VIP, zero, doesn't cost you anything. So what's going to happen is we're going to release this training called Mass Traffic Blueprint, okay, that will teach a lot about this thing number 2, which is external communication, getting attention. What do you do with those people, right? And then that would be, you know, really, really helpful for you in your business. My goal here, you know, is to share with you stuff that works for me. Pretty sure it's going to work for you. You know, I've seen it work for a lot of people. And if you really want to learn this, if you really, really, really want to master, if you want to go on a journey, you know, cut all the clutter, clean up all the clutter from your mind, you know, just really focus on one thing. Just have a clear path to success, clear path to reaching your goals. Then I think your best option, your best bet would be is to go and get into the 4% challenge. Because it's a path that leads you through every single component necessary that bridges invisible with visible in a way that will make sense to you. And it tells you specifically what to do each day. Because if I'm going to tell you, hey, you got to, you know, you got to do this big thing over here, and here's what you can do, you get overwhelmed. But in order for you to get to this big thing over here, there are a few simple steps that you need to do to build up to that will not overwhelm you, that will not confuse you, right? That will make sense to you, and that would help you grow. And so the 4% challenge is a straight path. That's ultimately, if you like, you know, if you want to just get on a highway to success, that's just straight. And all you do is just keep on going and do your daily action steps, because it tells you every single day what to do. That would be the best thing that you can do. Okay. If you're going through the 4% challenge, awesome. You know, keep going through it. And we're going to be putting out a lot of content in regards to this second thing, which is, you know, external communication, traffic, and influence. And when we're talking about traffic, traffic is tied directly with stuff that a lot of big giant companies use that we don't even understand, that we don't even pick up consciously. Okay, which is subliminal messaging, right? Subliminal communication. It's what you do. It's all that stuff. So I'm gonna teach you a lot of that stuff. As an entrepreneur, this might be an invaluable lesson for you, okay? So until then, you guys, I appreciate you. It's been fun hanging out with you. I always love hanging out with cool people here on a, on a weekend or any day of the week, if I have the time. Hopefully you guys got a piece or two of one of those golden nuggets for yourself that will help you. And if you are on a VIP list, great. Keep, check your email when we release Mass Traffic Blueprint. You will get access to it at no cost. That will show you some really, really cool stuff. Okay. Regardless, I wish you great success, you guys. Be awesome. God bless. Go after your dream. Be intentional about it. And I think you can do it. Okay. Appreciate you. Have fun, everybody. Bye-bye.